but I haven't been If I've been talking then get the out of my house.
I will get out of your house.
Get the out.
I will leave the out of the house.
Get the
Hey guys, welcome back to the Touchline Podcast, episode 42. And before we get into the video, as usual, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, click the notification bell, and yeah, as you can see, Anthony Bashara's back.
Anthony Bashara's back.
What's going on, everyone?
What's happening, Anthony?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, been alright. Been chilling. We've been missing you, man.
I know.
6 weeks, too long,
It's
man.
good to be back now, man.
Yeah.
After a long break, 6 weeks of holidays.
How
with
was
the family.
Lebanon?
No, it was good, bro. I'll be honest with you, man. The first 3 weeks of the weather, bro, you know how hot it was.
Yeah.
I think it was a massive heat wave came in.
Yeah.
So it was like 35, 36, bro. Everyone was copying like stomach bug virus.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I copped it for like 2 weeks. I wasn't like...
Oh yeah, you called me straight away that
week.
week.
Skinny,
Yeah,
man. That's what
Yeah, I've lost heaps of weight, man. I think I probably lost about 7-8
Did you go
kilos.
to the gym and that?
Nah, I went like walking on the streets and
Oh,
that.
that's good, yeah.
It's good exercise, but I went places like restaurants, churches, sceneries.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, bro.
You're saying if you want to lose weight, go to Lebanon?
Yeah, I think that's the solution.
The bloke looks so much smaller now.
It's a life hack, huh?
Yeah, it is a life hack.
Other than like, cause we know you had a christening over there.
Yeah, that's right.
So you went and visited all the holy sites and
Yeah.
Did you go clubbing?
I done it once, but after that, I just stayed with the family the whole time, bro. Looking after the nephews and you know
Best
doing
thing.
things around the house. And my dad had to like fix up the house a bit for like
I
a
heard
week.
you got quite drunk on the christening.
Yeah, actually, I did. I was doing archie bargy and drinking and dancing, and bro, I had a ball,
Probably
man.
more than one night. More than
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
no,
more
you know
than
what,
one
bro? And even I had the village party too. It was actually something different to enjoy.
Bro, it feels like
A lot
it's been
of-
a year since
I
you've been
swear,
on the
it's been so
podcast.
long.
Yeah, you know what? Because 6 weeks felt like, I think for myself, 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. But honestly, bro, after coming back, I felt like no sleep for 2 days. Like how I told you off the camera, I had no sleep at all, man. Like
Still
I was
jet
trying
lag.
to still jet lag, but now it's starting to get starting to go as
Yeah,
late
it's
as
good
possible.
that you're back on the pod. We've missed you. Everyone's missed you.
Bro,
The fans
everyone's
and
been
that.
missing me. I've been seeing the comments on
Yeah,
TikTok,
yeah.
Instagram, and YouTube as well. So I'm glad to be back now, and I can't wait to jump on and can't wait for more things to
So
come now.
Anthony, the first thing I want you to do is get your phone and put the fixtures out. We'll do the
That's my
recap
usual,
for...
so that's
that was
my-
Shabil's job for the past
Yeah, I know, for
next
7
week.
weeks.
But there's only 2 games, so it'll be
Yeah,
quick.
it's going to be a
job
short
to
one
see.
anyway. So, Friday night game, we're going to talk about Melbourne Storm versus Sydney Roosters.
That was crazy.
Oh,
That
wait,
was a crazy
recap. Yeah,
game.
recap.
I actually
recap.
watched that game. That was funny because when I arrived on Friday morning, I said to myself, you know what, the footy is on Friday night. I'm going to actually watch it.
Yeah.
I watched the whole game, man. That was actually, it was actually a close game.
Yeah.
It was very fast paced. The matchup
It was
between
very
both sides. That
fast-paced.
first half, really Roosters towards the back end of that first half kept the Storms on the ropes.
Yeah,
On the edge and that, yeah.
I was very surprised by the Storms' defense was able to hold up.
A lot
Even that second half, they kept on putting that pace. It
The Roosters.
both teams
Both
really.
teams,
It was
yeah,
a
it was
fast paced
actually a good
game.
game.
But
Look, Roosters, for a second you thought they were going to snatch it, right?
Yeah,
then
yeah.
13-12 again. Last week they beat Sharks 13-12.
That's right.
But then again, Melbourne with the home crowd behind them, they're going to have one more opportunity. And the opportunity came around the 78th minute, the last few
Yeah.
minutes. They got that try, 18-13, and all they wanted to do now was just
Exactly.
waste time.
What'd you think of the Harry Grant knock on?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah,
what's
I was
cost them.
actually,
knock on.
I've been
It's
seeing it
That
on
was
TikTok.
even
and
Ashley
that.
Klein said it was a
100%
knock on.
It's knock on.
Yeah, he
knock
even
on.
said it. It was knock on. The
Referee.
way I saw it, close footage, it was knock on for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it bounced off him and it touched the
But
ground.
I think he knocked it on first before it bounced.
Because what... Haynes,
No, no, yeah.
shout out to Haynes. Apparently that ref doesn't
Actually
really
fine, yeah.
like Roosters. He's
I
got...
mean, yeah.
About
Well,
time
look-
someone's against the Roosters.
Yeah,
Exactly.
about time
Who's
because...
the other ref that loves the Roosters?
I'm not too sure who it is.
Sutton?
I think,
I think so. It was him. Yeah, but
right.
over the years, Roosters have been that team. The refs
Always-
love them,
yeah,
always
always.
respect
So
them.
yeah,
But it's about
they
time.
can get
but
their own medicine. you know?
technically, it's Roosters should have
Even
won
the
that.
NRL
mate.
came out with a statement
Yeah,
saying they
yeah.
were wrong, and even Klein apologised for it. But he said it made up for it when I think who got the high tackle? Was it Sam Walker did the high tackle and they let it go?
Sam Walker, I'm
I think
pretty sure it was
I
Sam
think it was a
Walker.
Munster, but yeah, they got away with it. He's like it balances out, but that's no excuse.
I don't know
man.
how
Nah, no excuses.
I don't know how we stuffed
because
that.
they scored from that mistake.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know how we
won
stopped-
the
He
game.
said it was
Roosters.
backwards, that knock on, but everyone knew that it was a knock
No,
on.
no, it was knocked on. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
100%.
Of course, it was evidence. It was knocked
I
on.
don't know how they stuffed up that call.
Yeah, exactly.
Like such a simple call to make. The referee's right in front of
and
his
it was
eyes.
right in front of there.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
the ref was
But
right
even,
there.
but even like a lot of bad calls in his game. Like even remember when I think Teddy Who kicked the ball? I don't know who kicked the ball exactly, but Teddy went for the ball. It was a disallowed try. It was I think it was who obstructed Harry Grant. Someone obstructed Harry Grant. Harry Grant gets knocked down, and then the call was that he couldn't be able to defend Tedesco. But he later got up, then defended Tedesco, and they still disallowed the try. So he calls like that in the game. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
That's what they based. Was it the first? They scored.
The obstruction. Second. The obstruction.
The obstruction. Yeah, I know.
It went to the bunker.
Like, look, the ruling behind it is if you obstruct the defender.
Yeah.
Usually it's a penalty, but sometimes they could disregard that because he still made it.
But he did.
He made it to him. So then in a way you can say, okay, he's made it to him. He still made an attempt to tackle him. Then it should have been a try. You know,
So I reckon it should have been a try. That's what I'm trying to get. It should have
been a try
because Harry Grant ended
got to him.
trying to defend Tedesco.
He got to him.
And he was in full position. Like he wasn't he wasn't distracted or whatever. Like he was there right in front of Tedesco trying to defend that.
And he made a pretty decent tackle.
So like even the commentators were saying that.
I think it should have been given.
Look, I don't feel bad for Roosters, to be honest.
Thank God they're out.
Yeah, thank God they're out.
I'm surprised they made it this far.
Yeah, exactly. But they've had a poor season this year. But I don't know how they just came out of nowhere as a surprise in the final.
But it was a really tough game. Both teams,
it was a tough game.
Either team deserved to
even
win.
their possession was like 2% difference, 51% and 49%. And the completion rate was 80% and Roosters was 75%.
Wow,
So it was only like 5% difference.
That's good.
It's a very close
Do
game.
you reckon what's to go that the Roosters, of course, they ended the season pretty strong, like 5-6 wins in a row. Do you think that papers over the cracks? Like, does it make it look like they had a good season now?
No, not really.
They didn't.
Because everyone tipped them to be in the top 4. Like, they had a good season, yes. At least they didn't finish below the 8. But
did they really have a good season?
It was a mediocre season.
Because they were
it was up and down.
They were favourites
It was
to win
literally up and down season.
It's not a bad season, but it's not a good season.
But say you go like 17 games with like 5 wins. Or let's say 4 wins. But then at the back end, you just keep on winning.
Yeah, but look at the Knights. Would you say it's a good or bad season?
But I'm saying up to Rooster standards.
Yeah, Roosters, because everyone tipped them Premier.
So to be honest, even if they made semis, I don't really think they had a really good season.
Knights
That's what I'm trying
have had a better season than
because they weren't expected to go that far.
Yeah, it's a good season for the Roosters because they actually made the finals.
The way it ended.
Everyone was saying that they're not going to make it.
Exactly.
Towards in the midpoint area of the year, they said Roosters are not making the 8.
Exactly.
And look what they were able to do.
Yeah, so it could be it's a 50-50 season, I guess.
I reckon it's not a bad, but it's not a good.
Yeah. But I'm going to say the comparison from Knights to Roosters. Roosters, they were up and down this whole season. We all knew it. But Knights, they were at the start, like they were a bit dodgy in that, like they were losing a lot of games.
They were 14th on the ladder.
Yeah, that was right. They were on the 14th. Beat us, and then as soon as they beat us, everything changed after that 8 weeks. Since when I was in overseas, that's when they started coming out. But I thought Newcastle was going to come out firing to beat what's name.
But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Just to backtrack a bit with the Munster kick. What a ballsy move by Munster. That's that state of origin play.
That's what I was saying.
Pure class,
you would take the field goal, you take a 2-point field goal. I think it would have been a 1-point field goal.
It would have been 13.
Even though, man, that kick to go cross field to
like a minute
Warbrick that scored.
Might not even work. And look, it paid off.
And a minute left on the board.
13-12.
You need a field goal, not a kick.
That would have been their last set. If you missed it. So
exactly.
Congrats to the Melbourne. They're through to the Premier final.
But I'm saying it's a tough game. You know when it comes to finals,
it's always tough.
Yeah, anything can happen. You know what I mean? But you know who stuffed up in Roosters? Victor Radley. That caused them the whole game to lose.
The high tackle?
Yeah, I think
the shoulder charge.
No, the shoulder charge. Shoulder charge. That's why they lost the game. But now it's going to be a big task for Melbourne this week.
What wasn't a tough game, Anthony?
Hey?
What wasn't a tough game? Go to the next game.
Warriors defeating Newcastle, man.
Demolished them.
Just pure class game, man. Pure class.
That wasn't the Knights we've seen for the last 9 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like that was. I reckon I was scared a bit.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It was nervousness.
I think it was nervous.
I was expecting more from Knights.
I was
look at the last 9 games. Look who they've been versing. They've been smashing teams left, right, and centre.
New Zealand.
Melbourne. They beat Penrith. Not Penrith. They beat Melbourne, Sharks, Rabbits. The list can go on. They've beaten a lot of top 8 teams.
It's just that
and for them to just get smashed, I'm quite disappointed.
Look, it was 16-6 first half, which isn't a bad score. They came,
but the performance wasn't good.
They came second half, but still, like in finals, it's really not about the performance. It's about just getting over the line and getting the win.
Exactly.
So they scored right on the second half. Like second half started, they scored 16-10. You thought, okay, Knights are back.
Yeah.
After that, they just fell apart again.
Look, these were two key factors with this game. They're playing in New Zealand.
First of all, yeah.
Knights in foreign territory, they're bad. Like, just like the Warriors when they play in other areas of like in Sydney, whatever, they're not the best side that they can be.
Yeah.
So that's one reason. The second reason why the score was the way it was, they shut down Ponga, man.
Yeah,
Ponga,
they actually did.
Part of their game plan. He only made 102 meters, 12 runs, 0 line breaks, and 0 line assists.
Wow.
Like they really shut. Even watching the game, Ponga was trying to pass the ball over to Dominic Young towards that right hand side. It kept shutting him down, man.
Because that's the style of play.
100%.
Always go to Ponga.
Fast play the balls, give it to Ponga.
Yeah, but Knights, they just expected the unexpected because, you know, when you come into a territory that it's not your home game, you're going to expect that you're going to lose or you're going to get dominated.
Ponga's been crazy the last 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Getting stats, his stats have been going
Warriors
up.
figured
Look,
it out.
I'm glad Newcastle came that far to the finals.
Yeah,
After how long? 9 years? Was it?
It's something good.
It's something good.
And
That's a positive sign for them.
Round of applause to like the Knights team, really.
Of course,
and their
man.
fans. Man. Honestly, man, to go from 14th to 5th, 10 straight wins.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like
that's
it's
a big
unheard of.
surprise.
Fans
Unheard
came
of.
back eventually. Like the stadiums were packed. So So
Only like the big teams go on a winning streak like that.
Who would have thought Knights
Penrith,
5th?
Melbourne, Broncos, they've been
it's
on that
positive
streak.
for them heading to next year.
Yeah,
Like,
Exactly.
honestly, like I reckon every single rugby league enthusiast like making their predictions at the start of the year would never said Knights top eight.
I had
Never.
Knights before I changed it to Dragons. I had Knights wooden spoon.
I think I had that too.
But I changed it to Dragons.
I think I had Knights wooden
Yeah,
spoon.
but
I think someone did. I think it was Bill.
So I think it was one of them.
Dominic Young is leaving, but so they need a
where's he heading to?
replacement.
Roosters.
Roosters.
That's
That's
a
a
big
big buy
signing.
for
That's a big
Roosters.
signing
Big buy
too.
for Roosters.
And then you got Spencer Leah from Penrith,
He's going
from Penrith as well.
Roosters. So
But, yeah,
and they got a lot of
signings for
big signings.
Roosters. Knights lose a big play in Dominic Young. But
Exactly.
that end of season,
Do you reckon Knights like do it again next year,
yeah,
I think they'll make
it in the eight.
I think they'll
top
make
eight, yeah.
finals next year.
even without Dom Young?
I think without for sure.
Of course.
Because Dom Young has been a key player for him.
20 plus tries.
But what if Ponga gets injured again?
Yeah, but don't they have an issue with the coach? Apparently,
No,
that he's
no,
leaving.
no.
Or
I
he's
think
staying?
he's staying.
I think with a
Okay.
team like Knights, you can't say they're going to be good next year.
Yeah.
Because it could go back to the way they started.
But I
this
think
season,
they've
you
learnt
know?
a lot this
They have
season.
learnt a lot. They've grown a lot as a team.
Of course.
The fans are united. So who knows? The Newcastle Knights home ground could be a fortress next year.
Personally,
Everyone's
I
going to
don't
be
feel-
there.
I don't feel they do it again. Personally,
I don't think that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it was the Panthers, you'd say, okay, yeah, for sure they'll do it again. Any other team, but I think Knights, because they're new to this now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As Bill said, who would have thought they would have been here where they are like today?
Yeah.
So it's hard to say if they're going to do it again. But
sure, yeah.
you got to wait and see. So you don't.
Because
Just don't know.
you're losing more than you're gaining. You're losing
Exactly.
Dom
Dominic Young.
But like he is a really key
I
factor.
think he's a key factor,
He's
yeah.
Scored a
he's
lot of tries.
key part of their team. Him and Ponga, and at least they still have Bradman Best there. He's been carving it up there.
I'm pretty sure they'll get some winger.
But yeah, surely
That's
they
good.
get. But like to say they'll make the 8 even, I wouldn't.
What do you
say.
reckon, Anthony?
About Newcastle?
Like, do you reckon 8 next year or like?
I think they just scraped and like.
Look,
maybe
I think it's the biggest lesson curfew for them for this final season, like coming that far, like
it's
coming
good,
to the finals. Maybe next year they'll start playing better, like with Ponga or
That's
without
what I'm saying.
Ponga.
I think they've learnt a lot this year.
I think they've learned a lot from all this experience.
Yeah.
After 9 years, it took them that far to get to the finals this
Honestly,
year.
yeah, it's been
From the
long.
14th position, like how we all set it to the 5th.
Yeah, it's been
That's a
while.
big achievement for them.
Yeah,
So I think they should be proud that they made it this
100%.
far. All right, it doesn't matter about the losing against Warriors, but at least they got some key points
And they're
out of it,
optimistic
and
and
they
they're
can just
positive.
take it for them to the
Next
preseason.
season, yeah.
So Knights and Roosters are eliminated. We've got next week Penrith and Melbourne.
This is a
and
big
Broncos
week
and
before
Warriors.
grand final. So
Who's winning? So first we'll go Penrith, Melbourne. So we'll do
Penrith,
who you
Melbourne.
got.
Yeah, okay.
While we're at it,
No, do who you got.
just do who
Let's do who
after.
you got first. Yeah.
We'll do
No,
who you
do
got
it
after.
after,
We'll do it
yeah.
after.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going Panthers. I think everyone's probably going to tip Panthers. I don't think there'll be a shock upset, shock win.
Yeah.
Panthers, they're used to the stage. They've been it for 4 seasons in a row now.
they know how it is.
Dominant, same team. They've got a few different players, but they're still strong.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's going to be Panthers.
Panthers take it all day, every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not making. That's why I put a post up as soon as Storms won.
Yeah.
I was like, that's it. Penrith make another grand final.
4
Yeah, I
years in
think
a
so.
row,
Yeah,
man.
like
if
and
they do
look,
win.
Luai might play for him. I heard.
No, actually 3 years in a row.
Luai might make it.
If they get it,
Yeah.
this is 4th year finals. Not
Yeah.
winning it,
Yeah.
making the
Yeah.
finals.
But what was I saying? Luai might make it back in the squad.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe it's a stronger,
I
even
think
stronger
rest him
Panthers
for the
side.
finals.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe rest him, but
Yeah.
I'm just this side is too strong for
Too strong.
for the Storm.
I'll go Penrith.
And they just scraped it against Roosters. So
Yeah.
And who knows? You can't rest him because it's not guaranteed win, you know. So you need him there to get to grand final.
Exactly. I'm going to stay with Penrith as well. You can tell by their fan base as well. You remember when we went to the Dogs Penrith game as well? They're just so supportive with their teams and that. They're all just laid back.
You know why?
Because
they're back-to-back premiers.
Because it's Penrith.
And they're winning games.
Yeah.
They're back-to-back premiers.
Yeah, so I'm sticking with Penrith. They're going to play good, pure class, man.
Yeah.
I think they're going to defeat Melbourne.
Next game, this is the big game. Broncos and Warriors.
I actually told you off camera, so my gut feeling is Warriors. I'm going to say up the Waz, man. Warriors, after winning against Newcastle 40-10, I think they're going to beat Brisbane. Complete opposite.
Remember 2011, that Melbourne game? Warriors beat them.
That's right.
Against all the odds.
Final against Manly,
So against all the odds now, Warriors could do it again.
Because I actually told you last night, because how many times Warriors made it to the grand final since 2008? They lost.
2011 they lost. And
2011
they've
they
only
lost
made
against
it twice
Manly.
grand final. They made it
02 and 11. So they've only been twice.
And now maybe a third time.
But I don't know if you saw the video that you sent us on Snapchat about Andrew Tate. He was talking about New Zealand Warriors. So do you think Warriors?
It's crazy.
I actually watched it. I freaked out, and I'm like,
the whole world supporting his team.
I'm actually.
If you haven't seen it, go check out TikTok. It's over there right now. It's crazy. Like you got the Prime Ministers, you got big.
Everyone, literally everyone's like want Warriors to win this whole season.
Oh, just now.
But do you think it will happen?
Well,
I'm asking you this question.
I'd love to see Warriors win it, but I just.
You just don't think?
All right. So what are you saying?
Strong.
What are you tipping for this game? What are you saying?
I'm going Broncos. I think at home, Walsh is the player of the season possibly.
Yeah.
The Adam Reynolds, it's just I can't see Broncos losing this.
What are you saying, Sam?
Broncos.
Yeah.
I think Warriors away are pretty poor. Not poor, but they're not the same. Got smashed against Panthers without Sean Johnson, but still. Yeah, Broncos.
Me personally, I'm going to say Broncos too.
Yeah.
Look, they got big game players there. You got origin players in Reece Walsh, Carrigan. You got Haas in there. So they can take the pressure. I feel like Warriors won't be able to deal with that kind of pressure, especially in a preliminary and especially in a foreign territory. Because I'm telling you, man, Warriors, they're a good side, but you take them to like a Brisbane or you take it to a Sydney game, I'm telling you, they crumble. And look, even the Broncos did beat them in New Zealand earlier this year. And you could say Warriors might do the same, but I don't feel like
I'd love to see
as much as I like to say up the Waz. I'm not saying up the Waz.
So we got one Warriors and
I'm staying with the Warriors.
Okay, I will move on to who you got now. This time Melbourne and the Panthers game.
Sponsored by Supreme Punt. They're a punting team that picks the punts for you so that you can win big on your bets. Go check them out. Links are in the description now.
Okay, so let's head Anthony score predictions for the Panthers Melbourne game.
This is tough, man. You know, when it comes to preliminary final, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
We said Penrith, so Penrith is going to win. I'm going to say probably like 20-10.
20-10?
Yeah.
Melbourne? Panthers, sorry.
Yeah, Penrith.
I'd say the score's later, Sam, I think.
I went 36-16 Panthers.
Oh, that's a good one.
Shot by Bill.
I went 24-12 Penrith.
Yeah, it's going to be a close game though.
Bill?
I said 28-12 Panthers.
28.
Yeah, so like literally it's all in the 20s, so which is good.
Panthers, okay. Anthony, anytime try scorer?
Brian Toto.
Yeah, I went Brian Toto too.
Me too.
I said Turuva.
I was going to go him.
He's a good player.
He's smashing around.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Him and Cogger.
It's his first season in Penrith, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
because you remember when we watched him in New South Wales Cup Grand Final last year against Dogs.
I think Turuva's going to play next year and Taylor May probably go centres.
100%.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Taylor May's returning anyway. So
first try scorer, Anthony?
We've got to go for Stephen Crichton.
Add me Stephen Crichton.
Yeah, I'm going to put Stephen Crichton.
Okay. Bill, who did you go?
For some reason, I feel like Harry Grant.
Harry Grant? Yeah, he always does. He's always surprised.
He always scores,
I went Liam Martin.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be a big surprise, that one.
Man of the match, Anthony?
Man of the match. Let's go with Isaac Yao.
Isaac Yao?
Yeah.
I went Cleary.
I said Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
What are you about to say, Anthony?
I was going to say something, but we already got on the topic anyways.
And, okay, bold prediction, Anthony?
Jerome Luai 40-20.
But in case he doesn't play. So
no. Okay, so let's put Nathan Cleary 40-20. Of course, it's gonna be the standard one.
How many line assists? How many line breaks?
Nah, let's just stick with 40-20. I'm just gonna
say 2 because he can get 1.
All right, let's go 2. Let's go 2.
Okay. I went Liam Martin double
try.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'll go first. I'll get 18-6 Penrith lead first half.
18-6 Panthers lead half time. And Bill?
Nathan Cleary to convert all kicks.
Of course.
But is that really a... What about if he scores two... If he converts usually always.
He always converts.
He gets... No, I'm saying my point, if it's like 12-6, he converts 2 out of 2.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
If he gets 1, he converts
it all.
All right, let's go. Can I say misses 1, converts them all? Or no, is that still the same?
But then if he...
No.
All right.
Just stick with the one that you just said anyways.
All right. What am I saying now? You put me in the spot.
If you say like misses 3, that's a bold prediction.
Okay, no, I'm not saying that, but let's go Nathan Cleary try. Can I say that?
Okay,
yeah, you can.
Because it's a halfback.
Yeah, you can.
No, but he scores a lot, bro.
No, he doesn't.
Yes,
man.
he does. How did you see him? He's on a scoring spree.
2 tries.
Oh, look at this.
Let's go. Fuck, man.
Gosh, obviously, guys.
It's always,
Nathan Cleary scores a lot.
Yeah, he's been scoring 3 games in a row
against Warriors.
Go 2 tries.
Let's go Nathan Cleary to...
20 minutes later.
All right, Nathan Cleary to get injured. Is that bold enough?
Okay, yeah.
That's Nathan Cleary to get injured. We already got sent to hospital.
Well, after Bill's long bold prediction, we finally got an answer.
That worked out.
Now we'll move on to some more news, this time about the Bulldogs. This news broke out last Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Alamoti has joined the Panthers, I think it's a 2-year deal, starting from, of course, next season. Of course, us Bulldogs fans had our mixed emotions about him. He didn't really hit the ground running. You know, he had a pretty poor start. Personally for me, I said let him New South Wales Cup, let him rest, and then eventually bring him in. But look, I can't say I'm not happy that he's...
I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been saying it. You keep Averillo. I remember at the time when we got rid of Averillo. Yeah. You keep Averillo, you get rid of Alamoti. But I feel like we could have built on this guy. But at the same time, he wasn't giving us results, but he's still young.
Yeah. Still young. So, look, Bulldogs rushed him in completely.
Yeah, they actually
did. If you got a side like Penrith wanting him in their team, you know they see something in this guy.
Look, he's gonna I already know he's gonna smash it at Panthers.
For sure. I think so, yeah.
Even at his young age, he's gonna smash it. Yeah. I think Bulldogs rushed him in too
quick.
We said at the start of the season, like, it's too early to bring him in. He's 18, Bulldogs have a losing culture, so imagine bringing him. A lot of people say, but he learns off that. Not really, he doesn't learn off that because what happened, he got dropped.
Exactly.
So his confidence goes low. He goes, maybe it's my fault, maybe 100%. I'm the reason why they're losing, my defensive problems. They should have left him in New South Wales Cup to his 20 at least. Let him build, let him grow, develop, and then eventually bring him in. But look, he's joined Panthers. I'm not that angry, really. If he shines, he shines. It's not gonna be
it's not going to affect
something I'm going to regret. Like, why did we keep him? Averillo, different story.
We should have kept Aaron Shop for another 2 years. Then
Averillo too.
Then let Shop go if it's not working out and he's having problems with the club. That's when you bring Alamoti in, where he's got another 2 years experience in New South Wales Cup. But like Sammy said, I'm not that upset. He might be the next best centre in the competition.
I reckon he will.
He will with a team like Penrith. You look at To'o, Crichton. What's that winger? The other one you just mentioned?
Taruva.
He's going to be. He's the craziest player. Taylor May. So
they don't have a bad player in Penrith. So
no. All their backline players, they're crazy. They become the next big thing.
Absolutely.
So I'm not that upset, but
I feel like I would regret it.
All the best for Alamoti.
You're saying you wouldn't regret it.
If he does good, he does good. If our team's doing good, then it's not gonna.
But either way, like, you would regret losing him.
Yeah.
But look, I was against him because he wasn't performing. So I'm not going to say,
as Samuel was saying, it's part of a losing culture. It's hard when you can't play your best foot under a losing culture. And that's what happened to Paul Alamoti. Like, I know, like, I've been talking a lot of shit at the time when he was playing bad. Even all season.
All Dogs fans were.
Yeah, but like, I feel like we could have built on this guy, man.
Yeah, I think we really could have.
And
that's my point anyways.
Of course, like, as I said, the best thing for him is New South Wales Cup, to grow, to learn, and then bring him in at the right time. But they haven't done that, and that's
what I was going to say.
Could affect the club, but it's a bit concerning that in the past 2 seasons already we've got 3 of the Bulldogs players like that bleed the blue and white. Averillo, Alamoti, and Shop, all gone.
But you reckon because Alamoti's played 19 games, I think, this year for us. He's played a lot of games. So do you think he's not bothered waiting for another chance because you look at the signings we've got. Crichton, Jerry.
Because we've got a lot of signings coming up for next year.
Because now he's got the feeling of playing first grade footy.
When Panthers come knocking, you're not going to reject it.
Exactly.
But again, if you love the club,
back to back, possibly three-peat side.
Yeah, so it's a good move for him, I reckon.
I think it is. Yeah,
could haunt the Bulldogs later on in the future, but
look, I don't think so. Look, for my point is like it's good and bad, but I'm saying good that he's going straight to Penrith, like that he can learn more experience from the system.
Does he start, you reckon?
Hey?
Does he start?
I don't think so. No, I think he'll probably go to New South Wales Cup first.
Because you got Taruva, Tago,
Taylor May and Ty as well.
He won't start.
No, he's going to be in New South Wales. But I'm saying my point is,
go ahead.
It's a good thing that he's going there for that Penrith system and that to develop his more personalities, character, and his skills and ability. But the bad news is, I think the Dogs should have developed him more better to stay in New South Wales Cup to give him at least a few years to develop more. So his skills can be like 90% better. Be more skillful, be more faster, be more quicker. But like how Samuel said, I think they rushed him too hard to bring him into the first grade, and he didn't expect like the unexpected, bro. Like because he rushed it too hard, he didn't know what to do. How many errors did you see this whole year?
He made
from Alamoti.
A lot.
There was a lot of errors from him.
Defensively,
I wasn't happy at all about it.
Yeah.
So why would you rush him? I think the Dog system, they rushed him too hard.
But
look, it's too much.
His future teammate Nathan Cleary has just been free to play this week. Finger injury, they've cleared it, and he's ready to go this week against Melbourne.
What happened to his finger?
I think it was the Warriors game. I'm not sure, but
it was in training.
Oh, it was training?
Yeah, training. He went to hospital. Finger injuries, he's always going to play. But even if dislocated, he'd probably still push it.
But it doesn't affect. Like, it's just dislocation or something.
If he wasn't to play, like now, who knows? There could be discomfort during the game.
Yeah.
You know, Luai now back with contact training. There's rumors he could come back. Yeah. So really, like, them two now, of course, like a finger injury is not that bad. But still, you got Nathan Cleary who's has a little injury. And now Luai, who's might be coming in, but probably coming in with, probably being rushed in.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think it will affect them, but it could be something to worry about a bit.
Yeah, his finger will be strapped, depending what it is. It's going to be taped up somehow. Yeah. I don't think it affects him.
Not him, because it's
it won't affect
Cleary
him.
Won't know.
No, 0-0 chance. Cleary, like, he's going to cover up in that game. He will. Like,
he's going to shine, man.
100%.
But it's
a good thing for Penrith fans, man. As in, it's great news coming out. Right?
They'll struggle with that.
Imagine that news was Nathan Cleary out against Storms.
You have headlines. And Luai, he might not even play.
Yeah.
So who would they have in the halves? Cogger
and Salmon?
Jermaine Salmon, I think, isn't it?
Someone else plays.
One of them. It'll be
a 7.
Yeah. Cogger and someone.
It's not Salmon. Maybe it is.
No, it's not Salmon. Someone else. But anyways, like it would have been a
Munster would destroy both of them.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for Cleary.
Because look, like how we said, if Penrith's going to win, but Melbourne, if Munster is going to steps up, oh my god,
could be a problem.
He's going to dominate.
That's why Penrith need their full squad in play. Like even if Lloyd doesn't play, they've been doing fine with Cogger.
Yeah,
but still, like Cleary really needs to play.
Even when Cleary's not performing well, he's still good in a way.
Yeah,
like he controls the game a bit. His little inside balls makes space. Like it doesn't have to be well for him, but you know what he can bring to the table.
This season's been like surprises left, right, and center. So, like, imagine we see a Melbourne Warriors grand final.
Yeah,
how complete. Everyone's saying Panthers
change,
Broncos, so like it could completely change.
And I feel like there's gonna be some plot.
There's gonna be a twist.
It's gonna be a big unexpected, bro.
Could it be the Melbourne?
Yeah, it could.
No way.
That'll be massive. I think that'll be big.
I don't know. I feel there's more of a plot twist in that match than the Warriors.
Yeah, I feel that too.
No way. There's zero chance.
Because I think Melbourne.
No way.
Penrith's gonna maybe feel a bit too confident.
Get out of your mind.
Why?
Storms barely beat Roosters. Barely beat a side that's just scraped the 8, and I don't know how they made it to final.
Yeah, I've said Melbourne aren't the same anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
But my point is, I just feel there's more. Something's gonna happen in this game.
Are you on drugs, Shovel?
Yeah. Anthony gave him.
Yeah, from Lebanon.
But honestly, there's no side that's gonna beat this Penrith side. Not even Broncos.
Panthers have motivation for that 3-peat.
We'll cut this if it happens.
My point is, we're sticking with our word.
Well, moving on now to a team that just recently got eliminated. Few news coming around them. Beef between Willie Mason and Tyson Gamble.
Yeah.
I read what's happened. So it first all started off with Mason like saying the Knights have the worst spine in the league without Ponga. Then Gamble responded he should probably worry about his own backyard before he starts worrying about other people. He was a middle, not a half, so tell him to get effed. And then Willie Mason, after their loss against the Knights, the Warriors, getting smashed 40-10, Willie Mason goes, there could not be a bigger hole that Tyson Gamble wants to crawl into right now. Pick your battles, boy. You are below average. So, there's pretty beef going on with them.
Respect your master, Gamble. Respect him. Respect Mason.
Whose side are you on?
I'm on Mason's.
Yeah, I'm
Mason as well. He talks straight facts, and he knows what he's talking about. He's not that stupid. He knows the experience that he's had from the past. But
I know he's speaking the truth, man.
He is. He's
they're nothing without Ponga.
Of course, man.
100%.
They've struggled without him. You could see now because Ponga is in form, you're seeing the best side of Knights.
Look, I get when Tyson Gamble says he should worry about the Bulldogs because if you look at Gould is another one that just picks on every other team when we can't be the one speaking when we look at our team.
Yeah, look,
you know,
I'll say
in a way, I get him his point there. But look, what Willie Mason said was true. They have the Ponga's their men.
Yeah.
Jackson Hastings, Gamble. And then Phoenix Crossland, they're decent players, but it's not the best spine.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it the worst spine? I don't think so.
No, I think it's decent.
No, not really.
It's not the best spine.
Because I think they've got... If Ponga wasn't played, I think Lachlan Miller is a decent player.
He's very good,
I think he's good. You could the first 5 games of the season, he was performing very good, very well to what Ponga wasn't doing at the start of the year last year. So Miller is a decent player. So I think their spine is up to scratch to what the other teams might have, but I don't think it's a worse.
I see it both ways. Mason is just critiquing. That's his opinion.
That's his opinion.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Everyone has their own opinion.
Like Gamble shouldn't have said to go get fucked, especially to a legend like Willie Mason and what he has done. And
it's not like
you don't say that to a legend, man. You don't say that
bad. Like he's turning Gamble off. He's just saying the thing.
Yeah, but you don't say things like that to a legend like that knows more experience than you.
Yeah. Like basically,
that's not professional for Tyson Gamble.
Maybe it's his emotions speaking.
Where did he say this on?
I'm not sure where he said
because in a way Mason did say worst effing. So
if
Mason goes, they're the worst. They have the worst spine in the league.
That's the way Mason talks. That's Mason himself.
That's what I'm saying. That's probably triggered Gamble because of the language.
Stop being a sook Gamble. Honestly, man, just respect. You gotta respect when people say things like that.
Mason swears about the dogs.
That's how he talks. That's what I'm saying.
Legends and
that's what probably triggered him to say that.
So who do you think's?
I said Mason.
Mason?
Yeah, Mason all the way.
I think Gamble's probably blew it out of proportion.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that
Gamble's
big
been
of a
bitch.
deal. And Mason got the last laugh. They lost. They got smashed.
As players, you're gonna have criticism in your career. You're not gonna. You have to accept it. Fans are gonna have their say.
Exactly.
You're playing footy, knowing that it's a sport where there's gonna be debates.
100%.
You're gonna have fans gonna have problems. Experts gonna have.
There's gonna be always ups and downs.
Always ups and downs
during the season and off season too.
Imagine they meet face to face and there's just like some big
I
confrontation.
think next boxing match,
Mate, Willie Mason and Tyson Gamble. He'll fucking eat him.
Willie Mason's scary, man.
He'll eat him alive.
He's so scary.
He's scary, but Willie Mason, with his comments about Tyson Gamble. Now we'll move on to Phil Gould. His thoughts on the Warriors game coming up with the Broncos. Here's what he had to say. The big advantage the Broncos will have is playing at Suncorp Stadium. It's going to be very difficult for the Warriors, who had that big home crowd behind them, to walk into that sort of atmosphere up there in Brisbane. It's going to be very difficult for them. So do you agree with what Gus is trying to say?
Like, what's your opinions?
I think it's always going to be tough.
It is
just like Mount Smart Stadium in New Zealand. Suncorp's that, but just in Brisbane. It's going to be a tough match.
It is.
Just how Warriors have that advantage at home, Broncos going to have that advantage.
I agree. Like I said it earlier about Warriors going into enemy territory outside of New Zealand. It's hard. It's hard.
They don't play good.
They had no Sean Johnson against Penrith. But even in Penrith, they lost 32-6. I didn't expect that score.
Yeah.
And now you bring them over to Brisbane with a full strength Brisbane side and the whole of Brisbane.
And it just smashed Melbourne too.
Yeah, that's it. I feel like they're in for a big one.
Yeah,
big one.
I think it'll be close in a way, but I just think I've said it before when we're doing the recap or the tips that Broncos Walsh, I think, is going to have the game of his career.
Yeah.
Just the positive vibe around the club. Even Warriors, let's not be wrong, they have a positive
big game players,
vibe in the club. But just because the Broncos at home and what they've done this year and accomplished, I just can't see how
Warriors just got to be up in their faces. Like they have to
match what they're going to do.
Match what they're going to do. Their defense has to be spot on.
I feel like they're going to get dirty with the Broncos because
that's what they're going to do.
Just because Broncos do make a lot of. If they force them to make an error, they will capitalize on it. Because I'm telling you, Broncos errors are bad, man. They average like 13 a game.
Anything can happen because as 2011 they beat Melbourne with Slater, Cronk, Smith,
and they dominated them. I remember that game.
Melbourne were there. They were the top team. So going to Broncos,
that could happen like that.
It's probably even easier to do than what they did last time with Warriors having a probably better strength team that made the top 4. So, look, Warriors are out of the page.
I don't think. Look, I don't know. You can see it both ways, man. If on a good night, on a good day for Warriors, it's going to be an even battle.
Yeah.
If they really don't even care about where they're playing at, and like they actually feel like they can win the game and they're playing their best footy. This could go to the wire, very much, because I'm telling you, both teams complete the same. Both teams make the same amount of errors. They on every statistic, they are the same team, like in a way. But I feel like it comes. I'm gonna say it again. It comes down to who's played Origin, who's played on these big games, and who hasn't.
And who has the better potential as well, and who's the better team. I feel like
Warriors will crumble under pressure, even when they're not in New Zealand.
I know. What Webster has to do is gather the players together before the game and use Knights as an example, because they came into that game scared of Warriors.
Of course.
Warriors can't go into that game scared of Broncos. They have to match the intensity of what Broncos going to do.
Yes.
They're going to have quite a large amount of fans on their side, Warriors fans. They're going to have a good amount of fans.
Of course.
So they have to use that Knights performance as a... lesson to not go what they did. That was scared.
Exactly.
They have to be tough and match the intensity.
If like I said, Warriors, they shouldn't be on social media. Nothing.
Focus.
Because all the news, Broncos, they're gonna smash them. Like especially what Gus Gould says, that can get into someone's mind and say, "Oh my gosh, we're going to." It
goes in their mindset and it screws them everything.
They should just focus on their game. Play tough and just hope that they
get But look how you said, Sharble. If the coach Andrew Webster is gonna come up with a game plan after their after the defeat against Newcastle, they need to be more smart and wiser against Brisbane Broncos, because you've got big forward packs, both teams, and you got both good halves,
good back line too.
But if Warriors going to pressure them and they're going to stop Broncos halves and that, and there's going to be heaps of errors. Bro, look, I agree what Gus said.
They shut down Ponga.
Yeah.
They have to shut down
So they've got to shut down Reece Walsh and Adam Reynolds.
That's the question.
So they're the two key players. So you've got to watch out this week. These two key players have to watch out.
If they shut down Walsh, game done.
I love their forward pack. I love their both forward packs from Brisbane and Warriors. But I can see Warriors, they've got more dominant forward pack.
You got Harris and Carrigan, who are quite alike in the way they play.
Yeah, he's actually gotten better. Don't get me wrong.
See those VB hard index they show? It's always Harris and Carrigan for their team, so that's going to be a good battle.
No, you can't beat Broncos forward pack.
Of course, but
it's crazy.
No, but their forward back has gone better.
Blake's been on fire.
He's been dominating, man. I love Noah Blake.
Scored a try last week.
Yeah, he did.
I hope to God, just please humble Reece Walsh. I
hope they just
up the fucking wars, man.
You know what, New Zealand, man.
I want them to win.
I'm sticking.
I feel like Broncos will win, but I want New Zealand to win. I think New Zealand's
gonna. You know what?
Go.
I was saying, because they're going into enemy territory, it does not matter. The point is, whoever is gonna make it to the grand final, good luck to him. That's all I can say.
Yeah. But like, Reece Walsh needs to get humbled.
I don't care who
has to.
Reece Walsh, man, he has to get humbled. This bloke has one Origin. Yeah. He'll probably win make it to the grand final, maybe win that. Nah, man, let's get humbled.
But you know what?
Man,
what's his name? Charles the fullback from Warriors.
Nickel Klugstad.
Nickel Klugstad. Look, you have to see the experience from himself to Reece Walsh. Reece Walsh hasn't been to a grand final before.
True, that's it. Fair point.
So, what's that?
Fair point. He has
Nickel Raiders.
You can count State of Origin like a grand final.
I know. State of Origin is different level, but grand final, you're talking.
I've always said it. I think State of Origin is bigger than grand final.
I think, Bill's right. I think if you can do it in State of Origin, you can do it in the grand final.
Exactly, but I'm saying you have to understand from the learning experience.
Yeah.
Sean Johnson's been to a grand final before.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's good.
And what's saying from the fullback too?
They've got more experience. Reynolds has. Adam Reynolds.
Yeah, Adam as well. Some of them have been to the grand finals, but some of them haven't been to the grand final.
So those ones that have can guide those players.
So there's main players they've been and some players haven't been. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So who knows? I'm just going to say I wish them very good luck, but I'm just saying Warriors are going to win it.
Up the walls.
Up the walls.
The whole NRL nation supporters.
Everyone's supporting it.
What's that? John
that
Cena.
song.
That's the one.
Cheeseburger and all that. But yeah, man, I think that's a wrap up for League Talk. And all right, guys, now on for some football talk. The Premier League again wrapped up this week, match day 5. And we're first of all going to speak about Man United. Of course, another defeat and third loss of the season, this time against Brighton at home at Old Trafford. Man United hadn't lost in a year. They've had a pretty long unbeaten run at home. The last time they did lose at home was Brighton, and it's Brighton again who have defeated them and gave them another loss at home. So, as a United fan, I don't know what's going on with the club. You hear already a lot of fans saying sack Erik ten Hag, and I think that's nonsense. You can't keep doing on the same thing. And Ten Hag, for me, had a brilliant season last year. We weren't expected to do that good. We did good. And now it's just a period where you're going to go through a crisis. You're going to go through something that's going to really test the team, test the manager, and really bring out the best of us eventually. Brighton were just too strong, too dominant. And it just shows that they're way ahead of us than where we should be. We should be where they are. And Brighton are a well-drilled team. They know what they're doing. Each player is assigned a role and they do it correctly. They track back, they attack together. They dominated the game. The passing they did was unbelievable. Like the third goal, the one or the second goal, the one Pascal Gross scored, that 30 passes leading up to that goal. So it just shows that Man United, we've struggled to do that. We struggled to hold the ball, dominate the game, and especially at home. Even yes, it's Brighton, but still, it's at our home. We should be being more stronger, being more dominant, and just showing them that this is our home ground. You're not going to play the way you want to play. We're going to play the way we want to play, and we're going to get the goals. But unfortunately, it's not how it worked.
What I tell you about Brighton
last week,
I said they're a team that can beat the big teams, and that's my point about what I said about Arsenal. But I'm just saying Brighton are a good team. But yeah, they just controlled the game. Brighton, they're just an incredible team. What their coach has done ever since Graham Potter has left is unbelievable. I honestly think he's doing a better job than what Graham Potter did, because Graham Potter, yes, he got the team organised, playing the way he wanted to, wanted them to play. They had a style. Yes, they beat a few big teams, but not like what he's doing at the club right now. Yeah. And I'm starting to question about Rashford and if it was really a one-season wonder, because what I see is when he first bursted into the scene, he was phenomenal. Great start to his debut season. And then later on in the next 2-3 seasons, he was good, but wasn't consistent enough. And then he had that big season last year where he got, 30 goals? Yeah? 30 goals in the season, which was phenomenal. You don't get that sort of number when you're not good. Of course, he's a world-class player at that particular season. But yeah, this season he's fallen a lot. Not only him, but the team. Of course, United haven't been performing the way you should be performing, especially ending the season, finishing top 4, winning the Carabao Cup. So I expected more from you, especially with a few decent signings this summer. So yeah, is Rashford really a one-season wonder? I'm still going to give him the rest of the season, because it's not a 5-game season. It's a 50-game season, including all competitions. So if he doesn't perform, again, I proved my point about Rashford being overrated, not only to you, but to our mates, of course, that Rashford, it could be just a one-season wonder.
Look, Rashford was very threatening yesterday. He had a lot of chances. It's really probably one of our most dangerous players. But the problem is, he's a very selfish player at times. There was a time where Holland was free. He didn't pass it to him. He wanted to take the shot on his left and hit the side netting. So there's parts of the game where Rashford really needs to improve, because it's really costing us. Man United, we haven't been a team that plays together. We're always individual. And as I said, Rashford on Sunday showed that he just wanted the fame, he wanted the glory, he wanted to score the goals. And Rasmus Højlund did score a goal, but unfortunately it went out. And look, the way I see it is that the Glazers need to go. especially with heading into this season with the selling of the club, of course, to the Qatarians, that didn't go through. And I know a lot of people saying, look, many offense just use that as an excuse now. But look, get the Glazers out first. It all starts from the top.
Because every manager you get, they struggle. If
business isn't doing good, it's all going to come back to the top of the owner. The owner's going to take the blame. I think get him out, get the new managers in. If the new owners, if they think he's not the right man, sack him. And then if we get another one and it's happening again, then it was the Glazers, but then that's it. I think in a way you could say, oh, that's it. Man United won't get back to the way it was. But until we see the Glazers go and until we try that out, see if they're really the problems, then we get to see.
I think you're United. I think their time's up. Of course, there's going to be a period where they might cleave and get back to where they were. Look at Newcastle, back in the Champions League. But because, look, you've got David Moyes. That didn't work out. You got Lewis Van Gaal for 2 seasons. He won the FA Cup, but still the performances were not to the standard of where United were under Ferguson. Then you go and sign Jose Mourinho, who achieved second spot in his second season, and which was an accomplishment because of what was going behind the scenes. So, but again, he didn't work out. Then you go to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Everyone thought he was the man, the way he was playing when he was caretaker, performing, beating the big teams. It was like United were back.
And that lockdown period.
You were playing, but again, he wasn't the coach. Struggled towards the end of his reign. And then Erik ten Hag, a good first season. I think it was a pretty decent season. Wasn't a wow season. And again, he's struggling this season. But every manager, Arteta, we had that problem. You look at Klopp, he had the period. But why I think your time's up, because look at us. We only had Unai Emery. He struggled for 1 year and a bit. He got sacked. Then we got Arteta. And it's worked ever since. You got Klopp. Took him, signed one coach. They kept in. Look where they are. I think the problem is because you keep on chopping and changing. I think just keep Ten Hag. It might not go right this season, but you just have to trust the process, because again, eventually the project's gonna hit. It's gonna go bang, just like what Arsenal, City, Liverpool. It's all went bang for them, and they've been achieving good things. So that's what I think United need to do, and keep the manager and just trust the process.
If you look at the signings we've made,
even if things are not going well.
If you look at the signings we made, Onana wasn't needed. Not saying that I'm happy we got him, because he's a very good player. Onana's came in. We're still not playing from the back, really. It's of course it's going to take time, but Onana wasn't the problem. De Gea wasn't the problem. We should have not signed Onana. Mason Mount, we did not need Mason Mount, but we signed him. Holland, we needed a striker, but Harry Kane was there.
Could have signed him.
Could have got Harry Kane. It would have been an exceptional signing. Johnny Evans we signed for centre back. Fifth centre back, when really we didn't need him. Kim Jin, the one from Bayern.
He's went there.
We were linked to him. We were going to get him. He went away. So he's not getting backed.
Even Timber you could have signed.
No, Timber.
But I'm saying Timber was on the market, and you were You were in the race to sign him last year.
Last season, of course, we were in road, but then we decided to get Lissandro Martinez.
No, but I'm not saying.
This season we weren't interested in Timber. But yeah, there's a lot of signings where he's not getting backed. He's always getting second reference. Reguilon was good the game against Brighton, very good, probably one of our best players, but that wasn't his signing. He wanted Cucurella, so he's not getting back. It's always a second option. Even Casemiro wasn't his first option. He ended up getting him, but it turned out to be a good signing. But the point is, the Glazers need to go. They have to leave. Let him get backed properly. The players he want. As I said, De Gea was staying, but then these rumors happening here, there, then he left. So he needs to get back properly. His first preference, go and get him. But that's not an excuse. We've been poor. You got to work with what you got. And yeah, we just got to start to improve.
But yeah, that's enough talk for United. You look at the 2 teams. North London Derby is on the horizon. 2 teams who are in the top 4 currently. Have not lost a game this season. You look at the stats so far. Arsenal are 4 wins, a draw. They've got 9 goals scored, 4 goals conceded. And so far, our best player has been Declan Rice. You look at Spurs, they've also got 4 wins and a draw. They've scored 4 more goals than us, which is a total of 13 goals. They've conceded 5 goals, and also their best player has been James Maddison. So I think this is going to be one of the best North London derby in a while. I think every North London derby has always been entertaining for us, especially at the Emirates Stadium. Look, this is how it works. Arsenal play at home, we win the game comfortably. Spurs play at their home game, they win it comfortably. So it depends who's going to turn up. Spurs are a different team this year. No Harry Kane. Funny thing is that last year they were in a good run of form as well as us, and we beat them 3-1 comfortably. So look, this is a real test for Spurs. If they were to get any result, I think a draw would be a good result for them, considering their record at Emirates Stadium. If a win, that would show that they're not messing about this year, Tottenham. Yeah. But I think we will get the win. I think it's gonna be a very hard fought win if Spurs were together, because I think defensively we are strong. Maybe not at home. I think we're not the best at home lately. Compared to last season, our first few games of the season at home, it was like a fortress. No one could beat us there. And ever since then, we've just took a little dip at home. Away, we're fantastic. So that might be an advantage to Spurs, considering that our home performances haven't been exceptional. So it's going to be, I don't know who's going to win, but I think we should get the win.
Yeah, I think Arsenal should get the win. I don't think Arsenal have been well this season. I still think they're in second gear, which is in a way a good thing, because when they do hit their first gear, when they're playing good, they're going to be unstoppable. I personally believe that Spurs have been better than Arsenal this season. 13 goals, playing great attacking football. As Ange has promised when he came, he's going to bring that. And they're just looking like a much, much better squad, Spurs. But yeah, Arsenal, again, they look solid. And yeah, they haven't hit that form yet. And they're getting the wins, which is most important.
We need to score more goals.
Because the most important thing in football is winning when you're not playing the best.
Yeah, and
that's what champions are made of. With the North London derby now, it's going to be interesting. But it usually goes Emirates. It's going to be an Arsenal win for sure. As I said, vice versa, Tottenham will win at the end.
But what I think is impressive from the new coach is defensively, they're better.
Yeah.
Because you look at all the coaches, Conte, that weren't defensively good, just parked the bus and they always concede a goal, 2 goals in the game. Jose, they always conceded the goals. But him, it's like they don't have the players yet in defense. I think Romero's their only good defender. You got the new guy, what's his name?
Indoggy.
Yeah, he's a decent player, but he's still young. He's still learning. So Romero's their best defensive player there. It's not like they have a collective. Individually, they're not good players. They'll eventually be there. So what he's got so far in the defense, I think he's done exceptionally well.
Yeah, he's doing good.
5 goals conceded only. Back there, last year, they would have conceded probably 8 goals. Yeah, what he's done at the club, I think is good.
And I was looking through comments saying that it's hard watching Tottenham when Ange's their coach, because I watch Tottenham now. I don't like Tottenham, but deep down, because he's the manager, when I see him score, when I see them winning, inside of me, I'm a bit happy because of Ange, because he's Australian, he's a coach, everyone loves him.
And could get big offers in the future.
Yeah, he could go big, which is good for his career. He's doing fantastic. His first real test, Man United was his first real test. He passed that brilliantly. And another big test at Arsenal. It's going to be a very good game.
Like, what would the score be, you reckon? Predict the score.
It's going to be a tough game, but I think Arsenal will win 3-1.
I'd say 3-1
I think 3-1.
It's always 3-1 at our home ground.
Yeah, I don't think Tottenham will win, but who knows, man. Tottenham have been very good. Arsenal have been very good, so yeah, it could go down to the wire. Finally, to wrap it up, Salah, he's on fire, man. He hasn't hit his best, as we know he could, but he's still playing very good.
Like last year wasn't his best season, but he's still contributing.
Producing. 11 games now, his streak continues, including 5 goals and 9 assists. He's been fantastic this year. He's the only player this year to contribute either a goal and assist in each of the first 5 games. Yeah, Salah, man. Every time he gets the ball, he's threatening. And he's been probably Liverpool's best player this season. Liverpool looking good. They weren't the best in the first half against Wolves. Picked it up a bit and then they won. So it was a crucial 3 points for them.
Because, yeah, Salah, like I said, he hasn't been well last year. And even this year hasn't been to the standard we know of Salah. Producing. Because when he first joined Liverpool when he first joined 3 seasons, he was smashing it. He was 20 plus goals, golden boot. He got top assister, assist maker in 2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago. Yeah. So again, he's a top player, world class player.
I've got him out of my fantasy team, and I think that's a decision I'm going to.
I think it's a big mistake
because Again, he produced. He got 10 points this week.
And Liverpool haven't lost the game yet.
And they've got an easy run coming up. So it's a decision I'm going to regret. But yeah, Salah, it's good to see him back on form again. It's always a joy watching Salah play like that.
Especially when he's on form.
Yeah, it's always a joy, especially as a United fan. When he plays, it's just entertaining. It's exciting again. Liverpool have been pretty solid. I don't think there's been a standout.
I think they've been like us.
City have been probably the stand. To be honest,
Spurs.
I think Tottenham have been the stand.
I think City and Spurs.
City and Spurs, yeah. Liverpool slowly getting there undefeated. Arsenal undefeated. But yeah, man, Salah's on fire and he'll probably continue throughout the season.
That's right.
But yeah, that's a wrap up for football talk. Bill and Anthony's going to take over now for some fight talk.
It's time! All right, Anthony, time for some fight talk now. Not a lot of news this week coming out of boxing, but mainly UFC. Over the weekend, UFC Fight Night happened at T-Mobile Arena for the Mexico Independence Day. So it was a special event for them.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very successful event. It really felt like a pay-per-view event, but it wasn't.
It didn't feel like it really.
It was a regular fight night.
Yep.
But let's go with the first fight, Anthony. You got it up?
Yeah, so Cole Nelson from Canada, he actually won by unanimous decision in round 3.
Yeah, against Padilla.
Padilla, yeah. So
yeah, that was a crazy fight, man. That was a good first fight for the main card, man. Look, Cole Nelson. Look, at the start of the fight, Padilla was on the front foot, and for the main part, the majority of the fight, he kept pushing Nelson backwards on his back foot. I feel like Padilla did well. He had a damaging uppercut, which was breaking the guard of Nelson throughout the whole fight. He was 25-19, Padilla. I think I think that was round 1 in significant strikes. So he was dominating for that first portion of the fight. But then, look, round 2 happened. Nelson started dominating, started kicking it up into second gear. And
controlled the whole.
He had significant strikes. Like he was landing a lot of strikes against Padilla in the second round. Yeah. And then look. Round 3 was pretty evenly contested. It could have went either way, but I was happy with a unanimous decision for Cole Nelson. I feel like he deserved it. This was the second fight I think they had against each other. Yeah. So it's I'm not too sure, but I think it is the second fight they've both fought against each other. But it was a great first fight. But moving on to the next fight, Daniel Zellhuber versus Christos Giagos.
Yeah, I saw that one actually.
That was a great lightweight
bout.
Wasn't
that his debut or something? No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So it was a nice match. I mean, Giagos he wobbled him in the first round. Zellhuber, he landed a left hand which wobbled him, but he couldn't capitalize on it. Couldn't get the knockdown. But that just shows Giagos has great power, man. His last fight, I forgot who he fought, but he knocked him out. And he was coming off that fight into this fight, and he almost did in the first round. But to put in perspective, 6 to 16 head significant strikes went to Giagos. So that was, I think, in the first round. But then again, Zellhuber had great takedown defense. He was 4 for 4 in that fight. 100% takedown defense. His center, I feel like because he's a taller opponent, he's got a longer reach, he's got a greater center of gravity. So that's what allowed him to really defend those takedowns. But he did great in that portion of the fight. But Giagos was putting the pressure on Zellhuber towards in that whole fight. But I feel like he adapted as the fight went on, Zellhuber. And look, he got that round 2 anaconda choke. Giagos went for that takedown. He stuffed up, and then he capitalized on a Zellhuber. He got the anaconda choke, and he won in round 2. It was submission win for him. Yeah, that was a great fight. That one, I really enjoyed it. Next fight, Anthony. Paul Rosas Jr.
This bloke's actually getting better, man.
18-year-old. UFC's hyping him up right now. You watch this fight?
Yeah, I actually watched this fight.
What did you think about it?
Nah, he was actually really good, man. Round 1.
Round 1 knockout. Look, they came out firing. Paul Rosas and Terrence Mitchell, they wanted each other's heads. Yeah. They came out firing left strikes, left hooks, right hooks. They're throwing leg kicks. And then Paul Rosas, because don't forget, he's coming off a loss. His last fight had a unanimous decision loss.
Yeah, that
so
was
he wants to prove
back,
something.
Yeah.
He wants to build that hype up again. Yeah, and he did.
Right, he's got a big talent, man.
That left hand hook
does, man. He's dangerous, bro.
Those ground and pounds was just as bad, man.
But he's gonna get better, bro. This bloke's actually gonna be the future of UFC
right
now.
He's only 18.
Only
First
18 and he's
KO, first KO in the UFC.
You remember like Ian Gary when he started as well? It was similar to him. But this bloke is going to be
He's got a bright future.
He's going to be a champion very soon.
He's got 20 years in him in the UFC.
Of course
he's only 18.
Of course. He's got plenty of time.
Nah, he's got plenty. Like honestly, like if he keeps on winning fights in the bantamweight division, man, like he's someone to be looking out for, man, because this kid has it. We've seen what he can do on the ground with the wrestling. Now he just proved in this fight with his first KO win what he can do on his feet. So like I'm telling you, like sky's the limit for this kid. I can't wait to see what happens to him next in the UFC.
Yeah,
but that was a great fight. Co-main event, Anthony, Kevin Holland versus Jack Della Maddalena. One of our Aussie bloke. What a fight! That was a great fight. That
was a good fight. There was a lot of strikes.
Yeah, a lot of it was back and forth.
Yeah, it was back and forth. There was like 8% difference of strikes because it was like 127 strikes and 105 strikes, and it was the same thing for the significant strikes as well. Yeah. But it could have been either way that one of them should have won. But Jack,
I feel like Maddalena. I feel like when he was on the outside. He wasn't doing as good as when he was in that pocket. When he was in that pocket throwing those strikes, his striking is just phenomenal. Yeah, he landed. Exactly. I remember seeing him land. He landed a left hook to the body, right hook to the body, and then I think he went with a left hook on top to the head.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a beautiful combo. Yeah. All the commentators were saying this kid's striking was amazing, but I feel like where he could have improved in this fight. Look, I feel like if he tried to. If you try to go for those takedowns more and try to wrestle with him more, he could have broke the rhythm of Kevin Holland. But look, even in the what did you think of the last round? It was evenly contested, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was tough, that one. That was 50-50.
I gave it 2-1 for Maddalena, man.
100%. Yeah. It was hard, that one, but I think he had the whole control.
No, it's great to see these Aussie blokes.
But look, I'm not worried about Kevin Holland, bro. I know he lost. It was just probably a fight night. But he's going to take out of it and then go to the next and hopefully steps up a bit more.
Now, Kevin Holland,
he's a tough dude.
But he's a tall bloke too, man.
He is. He has good control.
That's why I was surprised how like Maddalena's it's not that much significant difference in the reach or whatever.
Compared to Kevin Holland, bro. Kevin Holland's been better.
I feel like for the task he had been given with Kevin Holland, he did well, man. I'm telling you, his striking was amazing. Yeah, but as I said, I feel like he could have broke the rrhythm of Kevin Holland more
for sure.
If he tried to go for, because I feel like Kevin Holland was starting to figure it out more on the feet as the rounds went on, and I feel like it was deserving. It was a nice split decision win for Maddalena. That was a great bout.
Yeah, well, the last one, the main event, Valentina Shevchenko and
Alexa Graso versus Valentina Shevchenko for the Women's Flyweight Championship. This is their second fight. The first fight, Alexa Graso won that fight.
Yeah, I watched this whole fight.
Yeah, this one unfortunately ended in a draw. Yeah, what was your opinions about that fight, Anthony?
It was hard, man. That was a tough fight. They were going at each other all the round 1 to round 5, but. On the grounding level, actually, like on the ground takedowns and that, they actually said Shevchenko's grounding time was 8 minutes and 37 seconds.
Yeah, it's deserving.
But Graso was only 2 minutes and 39 seconds. But she was defending herself. She reversed the submission as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Graso?
saw. Yeah, Graso, yeah.
But it was 50-50. Like,
it was 50-50.
Shevchenko got that first takedown in round 1.
Yeah.
And then Graso dropped Shevchenko with the right hand in round 2.
Yeah.
And then Shevchenko, she took her down many times.
Yeah.
Later on after round 2.
But she kept nailing
as you said, 8 minutes ground control. Like she had the advantage there.
Yeah, she actually did. But, and I don't know if you saw on the Twitter after the round, they're saying it was 28-28. Or 29-28 from Shevchenko. Yeah. But don't forget, you got Graso, her strikes, man. She had 262 strikes over Shevchenko and plus 84 over 80.
It was very even. Like you look,
it was an even fight.
You look at from round 1 to 5. Yeah. It's very evenly contested with strikes and significant strikes. Shevchenko's jab, man, that really.
She had a lot of power.
She could have capitalized on that more. That would have won her the fight. She just kept throwing those jabs.
She did.
Just place them in the right time.
But even Graso too. Graso had more strikes too. But she controlled the whole fight too.
Yeah.
But what she said after the interview with what's his name, Daniel Cormier, it's going to happen again.
Oh, they have to do a third one.
They have to do another match. They have to.
One that ended in a Alexa Graso win. Yeah. Second one ended in a draw. You got to do the third one. It has to happen. Like a lot of people were saying, like like it was a bit of a robbery or whatever. But I don't
say it was a robbery. I think it was a tough
I couldn't
fight.
pick a winner. I really couldn't pick a winner.
Yeah.
I was happy with the draw.
Yeah.
Draw was very good.
Exactly.
But I feel like also in that fight, Graso, like she found it hard to close the distance too with Shevchenko. I feel like if she did, she could have found great success in that bout.
Yeah.
But just because she didn't, I feel like maybe that's why it went to a draw.
I think it was a bit down for her.
It was hard for her to figure out.
100%. I think she was nervous too.
Yeah.
When she was walking out, I find her she was a bit nervous, like coming into the fight with Shevchenko, like. And you know Shevchenko, she's gonna bring all the power that she has.
100%.
And she has all the tools.
Yeah.
But end of the day, Bill, I think they have to do a rematch. So whoever wins, that's it. Like, the rivalry has to end.
Things always have to end in a trilogy.
Exactly. That's what's UFC about.
Yeah. But anyways, that was UFC Fight Night. Anthony, I want to raise a question, man. I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm going to raise a scenario. You're at a bar with your girl. Someone gropes your girl's ass.
Okay.
And you want to get in a fight with this guy. But this guy is a 6'7" monster.
Whoever he is.
You got a room full of
UFC fighters.
Boxing
UFC.
Boxing fighters, UFC fighters, just any fighters in general. Just any fighter you can think of, they're all in that room. They're all in that bar with you. Who's that one man or girl? Who are you picking? Who are you picking to help you in a fight, in a street fight?
That's a tough one, man. I don't know. You can't choose two. Yeah, it's only one.
It's one.
That's one. I gotta say, Iceman, Chocolate Dill.
Yeah? Why do you say that?
He can just nail the bloke, just punch the shit out of him. Like, you know, he has big, massive power in his hands, man.
Yeah.
The bloke's dangerous, and he's old school too. So he'll just keep going and going and going the whole time.
Yeah, fair
so
enough.
I'm just saying myself. I'm gonna say Chocolate.
Chocolate Dill is a crazy man.
Yeah, who would you choose? I
was thinking Nate Diaz.
But I know which one. I know which one you're gonna choose.
Not Conor McGregor.
Yeah, I know.
It isn't Conor McGregor. Guess who? Iron Mike Tyson. Surely, look, as cliche as it is, the bloke bit Evander Holyfield's ear off. If that doesn't show how dirty Mike Tyson is, how he can...
He's the baddest son of a bitch,
no. Honestly, Mike Tyson will maul this 6'7" guy. Like,
100%,
This person I'm talking about.
If it was a bloke that's 6 foot or 7 foot, he has no power on him.
I feel like Mike Tyson would just throw those combos, just eat his ear off, he'll bite his head off.
We'll probably choose his whole nose off too.
You meet this guy in the alleyway, this 6'7" bloke I'm talking about, the one that grabbed my girl. Yeah. I'm like, Mike Tyson, here.
You do the dirty work for me, and I'll just lay back.
But the bloke would be just laid out, knocked out on the pavement, man. I'm telling you. But I thought I'd bring that up. But that was it for Fight Talk for this week.
All right, guys, we're going to move on to some Wrestle Talk. Some interesting news coming out of WWE, especially with The Rock finally coming back to WWE. It's been long.
After 4 years.
4 years, yeah. It's been a long way. But it's good to see. It's good to see him back. It's been a while. There was also a moment with him and John Cena in the behind the scenes and backstage.
That was crazy.
That was a good moment.
It's good to have The Rock back in WWE.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good to have the legends back.
He hasn't missed a beat. Just like back in the good old days.
He looks the same still.
Never changes. Still good in shape.
The promo the same.
Yeah.
But what was crazy that came out of that week too, what he said on the Pat McAfee
Pat McAfee
show about how he could have made event at WrestleMania 39.
That would have been
with
mad.
Roman Reigns.
That's what I was saying about what Sammy mentioned about that my cousin spoiled it. So I messaged him saying, did you hear Rock saying on the pod that he could have versed Roman at WrestleMania 39, and then that's when he mentioned about The Rock returning, and then I was just telling my brother I was excited on that, but then in a way I didn't really feel the hype of it.
I think it was scheduling issues. They couldn't set a date. I think they were in talks.
Yeah,
I think he went to dinner with Triple H, and then they were in talks with it about it and whatever. Things just
the storyline was so good, to not bring him in.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, they just ruined the moment, but there were talks. They were trying to bring him in, but they couldn't. But there's rumors now it's going to be WrestleMania 40.
He even said it. He's like, maybe WrestleMania 40.
It could happen.
Along the lines of
because
that.
I've always thought it would be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would happen anymore.
No.
Yeah, so I want to ask you boys as well. What do you think is going to happen after with the bloodline? Do you think it's going to crumble down after if The Rock versus Reigns?
Because you look at it, Jimmy Uso looks like he's back.
Yeah.
Because on the recent episode, Paul Heyman was on the phone with Roman. And then while he's on the phone, I think Roman told Paul Heyman to get Jimmy Uso, help him. So in a way, maybe he is back in the bloodline.
The bloodline, yeah. But
Roman has approved it. Not guaranteed yet, of course.
But yeah, I think the story.
And also quickly, Jey might go Judgment Day. So
look, I think the storyline with The Rock
scenarios happen.
They're probably trying to get him into that Roman. Of course, that's why they're probably bringing him in to with that bloodline story. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Jey Uso now, we shall say Judgment Day. So there could be a Judgment Day bloodline rivalry.
But how about
eventually?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Like they just but how about the off topic on the same topic? The Rock, the promo he cut with Austin Theory.
Yeah. Austin Theory, crazy.
That was funny.
See, that's what he's
that was a funny scene.
Yeah.
That's what he's known for.
Shut your mouth over
They say, what was it?
Asshole,
asshole.
You are
asshole.
an asshole.
It was good, man. And I was going through a post about Austin Theory, how he's been with Stone Cold.
John Cena.
He got stunned by Stone Cold.
Yeah.
He's been attitude adjusted by
John Cena.
and now The Rock.
And
now
why is it always him? Because maybe
he's the next one. He's the next big thing.
Not the next. He's going to be trying to get that main man role because he's the one confronting him always.
Exactly.
So Austin Theory was a good segment, good promo. He done pretty well himself. The Rock's back like that.
Just never missed a beat. He hasn't skipped a beat, The Rock.
The way he talks.
Like you say, The Rock's back, Cena's back. You look, potential CM Punk might return.
But CM Punk is only coming for a short term.
We'll get into that.
Just imagine Randy Orton, CM Punk, John Cena, and Randy Orton.
All these legends coming back. Yeah.
Wow. Is WWE back to its best?
I think so.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, I think it has. It's way better than what it was just 5 years ago.
Because it had that, especially with COVID, it was pretty poor.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I feel like from COVID, it started to pick up again.
Yeah, Seth Rollins, his storyline's going with Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, that rivalry, man. It's
That's
actually
a good
getting better
storyline.
and better every week. Bro, I don't know how Shinsuke is going to win that title, but I hope he does.
I don't hope he does, bro.
No, he's going to win it. I got a feeling.
And you look at it, Bobby Lashley is. I think he'll beat Rey Mysterio for the United States.
Yeah.
And the Street Profits will get the tag team soon.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you heard the rumor about from that female superstar from AEW. She's actually coming to WE to join with Bobby Lashley's faction, her business. Yeah, I actually saw that one.
Who's that? Boys and there's a girl.
What's the name? She's a tall.
Look, WWE is based on groups lately because that's where the storylines come from. It's so much better.
But more than ever now, these focus on group.
That's right.
Yeah, so talking about Jey Uso, the Judgment Day, do you think he probably get in, he'll probably squeeze in because they're tweaking with it. They've mentioned it a few times.
It doesn't fit
because he's not welcome that Raw and Judgment Day saying come here.
That's what happened to Dominic.
Part of our family. That's what happened with Dominic. So look, it's not out of the equation. It could happen
because they're really forcing it. You look at Finn, always talking to him. Dominic spoke to him a few times. Rhea Ripley. So I don't think they're gonna talk to him that much and not happen. So I think it will happen slowly.
It could go two ways. It could go in a way they're telling him he's not saying anything, but then you say no, I don't want to go, or he could actually join.
What good does it do?
What's he going to get out of it?
What's the storyline?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Bloodline versus
Judgment.
But it doesn't make no sense.
Maybe he'll come back to the bloodline.
There's no substance in it.
Yeah, but Sam, the thing is, it makes no sense from both factions. Like if they're going to have a rivalry together. But for Jey Uso's role, they're saying that he wants to be the main event.
Yeah.
So if he wants to win a title, like a US title, intercontinental title, okay, different story. But in joining a faction doesn't make no sense.
Look, maybe I guess Jey joined Judgment Day, he could have a chance at Seth Rollins' belt.
Yeah, he might go for it. He might go for
because he won't be Roman, I guess. I think Rock and Cody Rhodes will be on that.
I feel like
but there was a lot of rumors going on about Jey Uso winning, I think, the intercontinental title. And Solo going for the US title. They're saying that they might have a rivalry together at Survivor Series.
Solo needs to get a belt.
He needs to.
Because he's been there for a while
But
now.
LA Knight is gunning for the US title.
No, and Chad Gable's coming for the Intercontinental. That is a mad number.
Yeah, a lot of people going for these titles. Now it's their time now to go for the titles because LA Knight needs it. He needs it for sure because everyone loves LA Knight.
Him. They need to get him something.
Of course.
His hard work has to pay off. The promos he's been cutting, the wrestling.
Yeah. And even re-signing as well. Apparently they re-signed with WWE.
He has to.
He's the big star now.
The Rock has to do a segment with him.
But I was thinking that when that's what I was thinking. Why did they get Austin Theory? Why didn't they get The Rock and LA Knight?
That would have been crazy. Because everyone says how he's like.
Because LA Knight, he's like Dwayne Johnson.
He talks like him.
Even when he goes on the top of the ring, like those
man, like he owns the crowd. He's like basically the people's champion, the modern day.
Yeah. Well, with The Rock now back, John Cena's back. You got Rey Mysterio, been in the business for a few years, of course. Randy Orton's now again. The rumors coming in, he might return. Rhea Ripley had something to say about it. She goes, she's the only, because of course she's like the main girl in the WWE Raw especially. And she's always confronting these boys, and of course they can't touch her really. But she wants Randy Orton she wants to be confronted by Randy Orton, wants him to come back, and she wants to have a match with him.
A match?
Yeah. And she goes, because I want to have a feeling of me like telling him what to do, telling him off, and he just RKOs me.
Yeah. So like a Nia Jax when he RKO. Remember?
I saw that. That was that Rumble.
Because Randy Orton's that type. You look, he kicks Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, yeah.
He's that
you got to look back
at
the history of
Randy,
that.
like Randy's that type that doesn't care. So like, do you see something happening like that in the works? It's
something different for sure.
Do you want him to go heel turn or babyface?
He'll go babyface, of course.
If I heard that he might come back as a heel turn.
I think for me, I love The Rock so much, but I think I'd be so excited seeing Randy back.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
I love Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, nothing beats Randy Orton.
Yeah, I'm just hoping to God, like when he returns, but I hope he wins one more title and retires, but in a good term. But if he has another injury, bro, it's going to cost his career, bro. That's a scary thing about it.
I think that's why he's been out for that long. I think he needs to make sure he's ready.
But with that Rhea Ripley storyline, that'd be a great stage. That'd be something innovative for the company, for the wrestling industry.
So different.
A female versus a male, never been done before, and a nice storyline surrounding it. Well, I mean, look, in the real world, no way, bro. But if you were to put this fight in the UFC or boxing, no way. But wrestling, it's fake. It makes for a nice storyline. Why not?
A lot of people would watch it, of course.
100%, man.
Never been done before.
And you got the two, like Rhea Ripley in the women's division, she's smashing it, and you got Randy Orton, already a legend.
Of all,
So you put those two in that same storyline. Wow,
there has to be another John Cena Randy Orton match.
Oh yeah, before it's all said and done, it has to happen
because they were the main rivalries back in the day.
I want to ask you one question. What are your thoughts about returning of Nia Jax?
Oh yeah, she returned.
What was that? I'm like,
came out of nowhere.
She's such a liability, man. She injures all these wrestlers. You know, no one wants to like work with her.
Yeah, I know.
Why? She injures a lot of people. Everyone hates to work with her.
But you know what's funny about that? You know what's funny? Since she returned, that's when McMahon actually he's done now with WWE. She came at the right timing. I don't think anyone's excited about it.
Yeah,
I don't care about her. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Samuel, speaking of returns, CM Punk. What did he say? He said, I think he was on an MMA show. He was commentating, and someone asked him a question. He's like, he has time in his hands for the next 2 months. That's CM Punk would have said.
CM Punk, that's what he said.
CM Punk saying he's got time in his hands for the next 2 months. Could that be hinting at a WWE return? Because this could mean one or two things: a WWE return or 2 months out of his contract in AEW that he's free. So it could be one or two things.
So wait, is he not coming back to AEW?
No, I think
it's done. It's done.
Because he's had a bit of trouble.
Imagine him back in WWE.
Because I've been hearing
back the 2011 version and 2012 version. You remember that?
Yes, the best in the world.
I've been hearing reports that he's been having meetings with Triple H recently. Lunches and that. So I think he could return Survivor Series, but I think save it for Royal Rumble. I think save it for that. That'll be a much better.
That'll be a greater pop.
I
won't win the Rumble for sure, but they're saying there's 2 handpicks to win the Rumble.
But I don't know. Do you bring him back?
I'll bring him.
Where are you going to put him?
He's nice for the fans.
Yeah, for sure.
Every fan wants to see him.
Yeah, of course.
He's a liability for the wrestlers, man.
But he has a lot of problems.
Backstage with the wrestlers, with management. Why did he leave the first time? Why did he leave? Because of management issue, he wasn't getting what he wanted, and a lot of people had issues with him.
But if you're going to return him,
fans wouldn't care about that because we don't care. We just see him.
We go about it. We go about our lives.
So it's about, as a business view, would Triple H take him back? Look, because of that reason. He
has made amends. He has made amends with Miz and Triple H. At one Raw in Chicago. Yes, he went backstage. He talked to him or whatever. That was the story. But he has made amends. But what about long term? What if he signs that dotted line?
He'll go back.
He'll go back to what he was.
He's got his contract.
It's evident. Why did AEW get rid of him? AEW, that was their main man.
He was
Warner Bros cut $1 billion deal to keep CM Punk.
That's right.
Cut $1 billion deal to give CM Punk his own show. It's called Collision.
Yeah.
So he can be the main man. He was the top merch seller. To get rid of him, it must have been a big issue, and it was.
It
was.
So
you're right.
Closed behind doors, but so my point is, if you're going to bring back CM Punk, you have to put him in the world title picture or the undisputed WWE Championship.
He's going to want a title shot.
He has to go for it.
He's not going to come back and face for the United States champion. I
would love to see him to win the undisputed. Why? Because he'll be the Grand Slam champion. Because he's won World Tag Team. He's won Intercontinental.
United States.
Yeah, he has won United States. I'm not too sure about that. But if he wins undisputed, maybe he'll be the Grand Slam. I would love to see him versus Reigns. If he ever returns back.
I think he will come back.
I think he will come back.
think hopefully.
Like you said, they've made amends.
I'm with you.
Hopefully.
They've made an amends. They've put the past behind themselves.
And start.
But look, if it was all smooth sailing in AEW and he just left on his own terms or what, they just didn't want to do it
anymore.
Do it again. It's happened now. It's happened again now in 2023.
Like for him, it's what he cares about. He doesn't care about
the same thing that what happened in 2014 is happening in 2023.
We'll see how it goes, I think.
So I want to see him, but I get why they wouldn't sign him.
Yeah.
But last thing, boys.
What?
WWE and UFC have officially
what's that about?
with TKO.
What's that about?
It's officially happening. So what this is basically, it's not like what you think it is.
Because Dana White left or something.
Yeah, it's not like no. It's not like what you think about WWE wrestlers making appearances in UFC and fighting for the belt. It's not that. So what's happening is they're gonna, and I think like next year in a couple of years time, they're gonna have it's basically a money ploy to get a lot of these companies to invest in a unity, but with both UFC and WWE, so that way they can buy the streaming rights from them. They can stream both UFC and WWE on the same platform. So imagine companies going for WWE, but at the same time got UFC with them. It puts the price point way higher. So it's a business move like that. But don't get me wrong, you're gonna see WWE wrestlers in UFC, but not fighting, but maybe other ways, collaborations. You're gonna see UFC fighters at WWE
appearances.
It's just a money ploy to.
So that means Connor's been in
WWE for years.
Maybe even wrestle in WWE.
Yeah, I think he's still wrestling.
UFCs can wrestle, but wrestling,
of course, it's fake. That's why.
But it's all one big money ploy to get the sales up, to get the streaming rights from a lot of these companies to buy in. So that way they can generate the max amount of
revenue. We've been all crying for Connor could be part 2. WWE.
Put him in WWE.
I think
that'll be funny. But you know how you're saying about the partnership, like the viewership goes up high. But do you think, like, when they're investing in that, do you think they might help those other wrestling promotions, like in the States, like to get their viewership up as well? Like, do you think it might happen?
No, it's just UFC and WWE.
UFC and WWE.
It's just them. They're just joining forces, as I said, so for other companies to buy the streaming rights. Because if they buy WWE streaming rights, they're gonna have to buy UFC. So you double the money in revenue.
Yeah, so they'll make massive profits.
And I think about what you were saying about what were you saying about Vince McMahon being out of the picture? What were you saying about Triple H?
Yeah, because he's done now.
It's no longer a family business anymore. So Vince McMahon no longer owns WWE. He owns it, but doesn't own WWE.
That's right.
Anymore. It's been bought out. So that's what the story is about, Vince McMahon not owning it.
And just one more thing, boys. I don't know if you saw the rumors on WWE as well. Apparently Triple H is going to bring back the tag team championship, the world tag team, and the WWE tag team. And also, he's announcing that he's going to announce the trios championship. I don't know if you know what trios.
Like a faction.
So if any faction in WWE or NXT, they can go.
Yeah, like the Samuel's point. I think you were saying
like AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson.
It has to happen because, as you're saying,
I would love to see that.
There's a lot of factions in WWE.
And there's always. There's like 3 groups, but the only 2 can get it. That one's left. You know, the New Day's happened a few times. So there's a lot of things happening in WWE.
And they're saying that one tag team, like the trios, is going to be the OC. They're going to go for the trios.
See how it unfolds. It'll be something.
So imagine New Day comes back, but I think Big E retired.
No, he's just injured still.
He
just hasn't came out yet.
He
should be back soon. But
lots of talk and topics on WWE this week. But I think that's a wrap
Wrestle
on
Talk for
Wrestle
this
Talk. Well, anyways, that's a wrap to episode 42 on the Touchline Podcast. We spoke about a lot. Went to Premier League, footy, UFC, WWE.
Good to have Anthony back this
week.
week.
It's good to have you back, Anthony.
Back, man.
But if you're new here, hit the like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. It's been a great episode 42, boys. Looking forward to next week. Looking forward to finals this week.
It should be good.
Crazy. And the grand final next week. So if anyone's gone to the grand final, if you see us, come say hi. We'll take photos. Don't be shy. We're always
we're friendly. We don't buy.
We're friendly. We're not bad people.
And so we've got 1 million subscribers. So everyone knows us.
What?
That's it.
In the podcast.
Now you know Anthony's back. Now you know Anthony's back.
You know why? Because I'm still jet lagged.
Anyways, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we're out.
See you later. All right, guys. So the prank you're about to watch right now is Anthony getting pranked. So what we did, the boys are in this too. So he thinks he's pranking me, but really we're pranking him. So everything that he says is him trying to prank me, and everything that I'm doing is the real prank. So welcome back, Anthony.
Yo, I gotta say something to you. Guys, you know how much I love you as a cousin and as a young brother. And
what the fuck?
No, listen, I need to say something. What the heck? Someone's been telling me that you've been talking about me on camera and off camera as well.
Talking shit?
Yeah.
You're saying I've been talking shit?
Someone's told me that I can't mention it too.
Are you serious?
I'm being serious right now.
Who said that?
I can't say it.
Who? Tell me who.
I'm telling you, I can't say it.
No, he can't say it.
What have I been saying?
Someone told me that you've been talking crap so much about me.
What have I been saying?
I can't say it, bro.
Why can't you tell me?
I can't say it, man.
Bill, calm down.
No, why?
It's been telling me that.
Now I'm getting heated, bro. That's what is it?
I really don't know, man. Someone told me and I can't say it, bro.
Tell me who and what I said.
Bro, I can't say it. I really can't say it, bro. I'm being serious.
Oh, when was it on the podcast and off the podcast?
Yeah.
I never go watch your podcast.
You said it was on.
Go watch every single podcast that you haven't been on and tell me if I've been talking shit. Even off camera, man. I've been giving you praise. Are you serious?
Someone's been telling me that.
How does that make you feel?
I feel like shit. I'm being straight out.
I don't blame you.
I haven't been if I've been talking shit, then get the out of my house.
I will get out of your house.
Get the out.
I will leave the out of the house.
Get the out. You've been pranked. No, you've been pranked. You've been pranked.
He doesn't know.
Hold on.
Oh, someone told me that, but then I was like, you know what, we're going to switch it back and we're going to do it to you.
No.
So I'm sorry.
Who said that?
I love you.
What the heck? What do you mean?
I'm
so lost.
I'm so lost.